Hey guys, welcome to the jungle. In our last episode, we talked about prepping your house. Now we're gonna talk about prepping your car. Let's dive right in. In our previous video, we talked about how to prepare your car for an everyday drive, but now we're gonna venture further into the paranoid preparedness realm. If you're working in an austere, dangerous environment or operating in a normal urban setting and want to be just a bit more prepared, let me show you what I got in my car. Before we go into ditching our vehicle scenario, let's talk about if you want to do that. Because ditching our vehicle should be our last resort. Our vehicle gives us shelter, protection, mobility. So if our car has a boo-boo, we want to treat it. My boo-boo car kit I keep stored in my gorilla box, but everything else for myself, if I need to ditch the vehicle, I keep in my backpack. I just laid it out for demonstration purposes. Starting with the boo-boo car kit, in the unlikely event of catching your vehicle on fire, have a fire extinguisher ready. Have some motor oil. You never know when you're gonna run out, so just keep it. An empty gas can, don't keep it full, don't go full retard because you don't want to be a fire starter. When you run out, do the walk of shame to the nearest gas station and bring some gas. If your tire pressure is running low, have a small compressor so you can pump it up. If your radiator is overheating, have some water prepped for it. Know how to change a tire and have a jack and a tire iron. Just because changing a tire is basic dude stuff. If your car doesn't start, or somebody else's, have jumper cables so they can help you or you help them. But if that doesn't help, have some straps, a hook, and also a hook for the car so somebody can pull your sorry ass. A good idea is also to have a small toolbox. There's always something to screw or unscrew. Also have some smaller straps to tie something down or to tie somebody down. This concludes our boo-boo kit for the car. Also, an honorable mention is the making boo-boos bag. A rifle, a gun, and some ammo is also a good thing to have when the shit hits the fan. Moving on. These are the things that I need to build my shelter. 15 meters of rope that I can make a harness, that I can climb, you name it. Next to it, paracord. You always need some paracord to tie something up. A couple of carabiners, also great for making a shelter. Duct tape. Silence is golden, duct tape is silver. This one is black, but improvise. Down there, we have also a shovel to bury something, if you know what I mean, or to make a hole, you name it. Next to it is a small handsaw. If you watch the movie, you can use it for that, or just to saw something. Up top, we have an axe to cut something, or maybe use it as a weapon. Next to it is a small multi-tool. It's in the name. Multi-tool has multiple tools, so multiple purposes, and also it's light, that's why I have it. Next to it, we have a small torch, so we can signal for help or light our way when we're walking through the wilderness or going around the car if it breaks down. If it runs out of batteries, we also have a couple of chem lights, so you can at least signal someone for help during the night. Going down, we have a large quality knife. Bottom left, we have the Monsoon 𝗙𝗢 Gen 2 rain jacket. It's waterproof, so comes in handy when it's raining. Right next to it, you have a small sleeping bag. You never know when you want to crash in your car. Down from the sleeping bag, I have a small canister where I have my waterproof mattress. On the right side of the sleeping bag, we have a tampon that can be used as a filtration device or for kindling, but never ever use it to plug a wound. Don't do a tamponade with it. Just don't. Doesn't work. No buts. Up top, we have condoms, for obvious reasons if you know how to use them, but in a survival situation, they can be used for carrying water, boiling water, or even making a fire. Google it. Next to the condoms, we have a couple of rescue blankets. It's always good to have more than one. Next to it, we have a dedicated first aid kit that by law we need to carry it. It's nothing special, but still can give us something extra if we have a small boo-boo. Down from there, we have a waterproof notebook that you can use to write something down. Next to it, we have a high visibility vest. It's pretty obvious why we need it. And a 𝗬𝗏 that we can use when we're cold or to make a makeshift fishnet. Moving up, we have a small boo-boo bag that we mentioned earlier. Up top, our designated direct action bag, a couple of liters of water so you don't get dehydrated. In the middle, water purification tablets for purification of water. Next to the water we have containers to carry the water, a CamelBak and a large bottle. Going up, an old school military style cooking set. Never leave home without it, or never leave your car without it. If I get hungry, the easiest way is that we have MREs prepped. It's not the most delicious meal, but it's gonna have the calories you need. Last but not least, we have large trash bags because we want to be environmentally friendly and don't trash all over the place. In a survival setting, we can use them to make makeshift pots, socks, you name it. It's plastic. You can mold it to anything. A good thing to also have is a big tarp to make a makeshift roof and a large yoga mat. Not for yoga, but you just don't want to have a stick up your back the whole night. Notice I didn't have a lot of dedicated equipment. Most of this stuff is multi-purpose and makeshift. The most important thing in your toolbox is knowledge. Knowledge is power. Educate your mind and your body will follow. But now, shit has hit the fan. We need to ditch our vehicle. We need to return to our home, community, or our hideout. But that in the next video.